besides talking strictly about how to do martial arts techniques, another thing about martial arts is learning how to take care of your body. So we're going to learn how to take care of our body by doing some rotations and stretches that we would do during cool down and warm up phases of our workout, and sometimes any kind of other workout that we might be doing. Some people do this stuff just to get up and get ready for the day. But if you do these techniques before or after the training that we do, you'll have a better time with recovery and preventing any kind of injuries from developing. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do, we're going to get with our feet shoulder width apart, and we're going to clasp our hands together. How we're going to do that, we're going to interlace our fingers. We're going to kind of like make a fist together, and our elbows are going to be pointed down towards us. We can just rest them right here. No strength is being put in it. This is a rotation to help your wrist out. Some of y'all might have tight wrists, especially if you type and stuff a lot, or you might get a tendonitis or something. This might alleviate that, but when you're doing martial arts, all the punching, the grappling and stuff, you need stronger wrists. You're going to be working the wrists out, so this will kind of like loosen the joints, loosen the muscles in those areas out. We're going to start rotating forward and up, just like this. We're not going to be aggressive. We're going to be very lightly and safe to our bodies, and then we're going to start coming downward after we get all the way up. And then I want you to rotate directions. Rotate directions. Don't just go in one direction. So if you rotate left on one, you can rotate on right coming down, or you can do a full session where you're going one way, you come all the way down, and then now I'm going to change the direction of my hands. Okay, so we do that a few times, feel pretty loose, feel kind of good, but now I have tightness and stuff in my elbows that's still left over from everything else that I do. So how we're going to alleviate that? We're going to have our feet shoulder width apart, we're going to be looking forward. I'm going to put my hands palm up, straight out with my arms, okay? Now what we're going to do, we're going to bring our palms toward our face, our elbows are pointing straight ahead. And then we're going to work our way outward, like an outward circle. We're going to push as far as we can, keep our elbows pointing forward, push on the outside circle, and then now we're back straight, okay? So let's do this right again. I'm going to straighten up so you can see me in the camera. My elbows, I'm trying to keep them up. I'm pushing outward, I'm pushing outward, I'm pushing outward, I'm pushing outward, I'm pushing outward. I get forward, palms are face up. Okay, let's do it again. Palms toward my face, I circle outward, I try to keep my elbows up, I come out, okay, there we go. So now we're going to go reverse, same thing. So I'm going to bring my palms toward my face, but I'm going to circle outward. I'm trying to circle and keep my elbows up in the same position. I got my hands covering my face so I can slowly, controlled, come back forward. We're going to go back in a circle, outward, back to the face. Palms straight up in the air, arms straight out, circle outward. Okay, you want to do that about 5 to 10 times. Nice and loose, feel good. So next thing we're going to do, we're just going to put like our hands like if we were doing our drill like that. But instead of doing this, I just want you to kind of like roll your shoulders forward a couple of times and then roll them backwards. The reason I'm having you do this because I don't like when people do big circles and they go backwards. Like some people get rotator injury cuts by doing that after they do that, and then they go do push-ups and then they do other stuff that's stressing their shoulder going backwards. It's like very natural. The rotator actually is more in front, not in the back. So that's why it hurts when you do that. If you go like this and you just kind of roll your shoulders forward and then you roll your shoulders back, you won't have that problem. Just kind of like bring my elbows up and down as I'm rolling back, as I roll forward. Okay, so now I'm pretty loose up at top, alright? So the next thing that we're going to do, we're going to cup our hands behind our head, just like this, okay? So I'm going to show you. Notice I'm not grabbing my throat, choking myself up. So, hands cupped at the base of the skull, shoulder width apart. Now, in our drills, how we've been pivoting back and forth, we're just going to do that. So before we do that, I want to take a deep breath. So I'm going to take a real deep breath in this position, just stand still. Once I get max inhale, then I'm going to start. I'm going to try to do 5, rotate left and right, okay? Okay, so I try to do about 5 on each side, and then I'll relax. Check it out, feel pretty good. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to do, we're going to start doing rotations for our lower body, but we're going to get on the ground. Okay, so we're going to do our next set of rotations, and we're going to be on the ground. Most of these rotations, I'm going to have my palms flat on the ground, out next to me, not like above where my head is at, so I can have them down here is pretty good. So this first set, what I'm going to do, I'm going to raise my legs up at a 90-degree angle like this. I'm going to show you from the side. So I'm just like this. My legs are out apart, and I'm going to rotate inward. I'll show you from this way first so you can see. I got my head down resting, my hands are flat, and my feet are just making circles going just like this. Nice and slow, relax. And then once we do about 10, we're going to just go in reverse, we're going to circle the other way with our feet. Okay, try to maintain that 90-degree angle with your legs up here from the side, going up as you're doing it. So I don't want to be down here spinning my feet, and I don't want to be up here spinning my feet. I want to be right here at 90-degree angle. And I'm going to rotate. And then I'm going to do that maybe 2 sets on each side, and then I'm not going to rotate anymore, that way I don't wear them out. So I'm just trying to get them warmed up. Alright, that's pretty good. The next thing we're going to do, we're going to circle, we're going to put our feet together, and I'm going to circle my legs as one unit. Okay, so I'm going to go like this, and I'm going to make a circle just like that. I got my hands down, my head is flat on the ground, got a big circle. I'm going to do about 4 or 5, then I'm going to go the other way. Feet together, my legs are straight. I'm going to go out to the side so I can show you. Try to maintain your legs straight. You shouldn't be like this back in the 90-degree angle. It should be flat. Feet out, making big circles, okay? And then I'm going to rotate right here, okay? 4 or 5 times, that's enough to rotate your hips down on the ground. Next, we're going to do our ankles. If you want to just sit for this one, you can have your ankle flat on the ground. I'm going to come out like this at an angle so you can see, and I'm just going to, with my toes, I'm just going to kind of like draw circles. Like if I had a pin right here, I'm drawing circles pointing up, just like that. Bringing my toe closer to my face and then farther away, and then making circles. So I'm going to go one way, and I'm going to go the other way. I'm going to go about 10 times on each side. And this is the easiest way for you to spin your circle, your ankle in a circle, I'm sorry. So I'll go ahead and I'll come over here so you can see my left leg. Now I'm going to do it. So I'm going to circle one way. And then I'm going to go the other way. A lot of these rotations that I'm doing, there's not really a whole lot of impact. Whereas like if I had you holding your leg up and then you're like straining, like I don't want too much strain and like working out when you're doing these exercises. I want you to just get ready to do your workout. So we did about 10 times on each side. We now have like our whole body rotated as much as we need it, and then we can go into stretches now.